Ladies, I am here tonight on the show. How's everybody doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? Alright, let's get this. Hopefully, we can get this through this shit, man. Without me having to have stomach aches. Anyways, let's go through the NFL, man. The week that was week 5, man. Obviously, let's talk about the big game first. The big game of the day was the freaking Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills, man. Great ass game. I was surprised this game was so early. I thought it was going to be like a 3 o'clock game, but it ended up being right away. One of the first games, 23-20. Freaking Buffalo comes in and wins the damn game. At one point, freaking Baltimore had a fucking 20-3 lead, and then the freaking lead gets freaking they lose it, man. They freaking lose it. Josh Allen comes back, brings them all the way back. And they win the game, man. That one questionable call on fourth and goal. You have possibly the best kicker in the NFL, Justin Tucker. They decide to go for it. Lamar Jackson throws an interception. Then Buffalo drives it all the way back. And they milk all the clock all the way down. And they win it with a field goal, 23-20. Like I said, they come back from being down 20-3. Marcus Peters was livid. I don't know what he was mad about. Maybe not kicking the field goal on the other end. I think, it's a combination of Lamar Jackson maybe making some stupid decisions with the football. He had 2 interceptions, but one wasn't really his fault. They got tipped up in the air. The second one, he backed all the way down and he just threw it up in the air and he got intercepted in the end zone. He played good. He completed 20 out of 29 passes, 144 yards. 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Like I said, the first one wasn't really his fault. The second one was. He ran for 73 yards. And again, man, his receiving core is not that good, man. That's another. Mark Andrews, right? That's his tight end. That's his best receiver. He only had 2 catches tonight. That's the problem with Lamar Jackson, man. He put him on the Dolphins with Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, on the Eagles with A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Now you're talking. This poor guy, his only good weapon, Marquise Brown, got traded to Arizona, man. The poor guy has no freaking weapons, man. Jesus Christ, man. And they still could have won this game. They were up fucking 20 to freaking 3 at one point. They were up by 17 points. I don't know. They just kicked the field goal maybe. And I think the thing too is John Harbaugh does not trust his defense. Usually Baltimore is known for having good defense. This year that's not the case. The second time I think they're up by like 15, 20 points. And they blow the lead. So that's the difference this year with Baltimore, man. They don't have a good defense, man. But man, at the end, give credit to Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills come back and win this game. Josh Allen, man, again a bunch of throws, 213 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The interception was in the first quarter right away. He also led the team. And you can argue that Josh Allen kind of outplayed Lamar Jackson. Especially in the second half. And the one that if I'm Lamar Jackson, I'm really pissed off about is that Lamar Jackson finished with 73 rushing yards, no touchdowns. Josh Allen finished with freaking 70 rushing yards and 1 touchdown. And then obviously he 113 on the air with 1 touchdown. Yeah, I think in the second half, I think Josh Allen showed he's the better quarterback. And he has the opposite situation where he has the weapons on the wide receiver with Stephon Diggs and all those guys, but he doesn't have the running game, right? Freaking Devin Singletary, freaking fumble, Zach Moss not really that good either. So yeah, man. I mean, you could argue he has the opposite problem. Lamar has the running game with freaking J.K. Dobbins, where Josh Allen does not have running game at all. He has to be the running back. But great game, man. 23-20. Buffalo comes back and wins it, and that sucks for Baltimore, man. That's 2 games this year already. They have like a 15-20 point lead, and they let it go, man. Pendejo face. Eagles beat Jacksonville Freaking Nick Foles. Freaking Trevor Lawrence, man. Freaking 4 fucking fumbles in this game, man. It was draining. The conditions were terrible. 4 freaking fumbles for freaking Trevor Lawrence. He also had an interception. So in total, he had fucking 5 turnovers tonight. The Trevor Lawrence. You're not gonna win a fucking game with 5 turnovers, man. Simple as that. He threw for 174 yards, 2 touchdowns. They had no running game. Trevor Etienne only 32 yards. So yeah, man, not a good recipe to be successful, man. When you throw, your quarterback has freaking 5 turnovers, and also you have no running game. They got up to a 14-0 lead, but part of it was because they got a pick 6 in the first quarter. But yeah, Trevor Lawrence didn't do much, man. He did not do much. He scored. He drove him on the field twice for touchdowns, but like I said, you can't be turning the football over 5 times. It's unacceptable, man. Jalen Hurts, 204 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. He did have a touchdown on the ground. So, nothing through the air. He didn't have the greatest game tonight. Like I said, only 204 yards. He had an interception. But Miles Sanders, man, I think this was the first game they really used him a lot. He had 134 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think he was the main reason they won this game tonight. Miles Sanders. A.J. Brown, 5 catches, 95 yards. Devontae Smith didn't play that good tonight, only 3 catches. I think he got hurt a little bit there. But yeah, man, this was probably the best game so far by Miles Sanders. He was probably the one that carried them in this kind of cold, rainy game. But like I said, a lot of help by the defense. Like I said, you got to give them credit for forcing 5 turnovers too for Trevor Lawrence. But great game for the Eagles, 29-20. One they win. Vikings, man, freaking they went up there in London. Oh man, I think I'm done fucking putting money on the fucking Saints, man. Jesus Christ, pendejo face. I thought things would be a lot better this week with Andy Dalton. I thought he was a better, like a pocket quarterback than Jameis Winston. But that was not the case, man. Freaking, he didn't play that bad, I guess. 236 yards. Completed 20 out of 28 passes. 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions. But he did also lost a fumble. So that was his problem. He had a fumble. Alvin Kamara didn't play, so the running game kind of got hurt. Lavamonte Murray, Mark Ingram tried to do what they could. But, whatever. Chris Olive, 4 catches, 67 yards, 1 touchdown. No Michael Thomas either. They were missing some weapons. They were missing their 2 biggest offensive weapons tonight with no Alvin Kamara and no Michael Thomas. So let's see what happens in the future when they do get Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas. But this team is loaded, man. You still got Lavamonte Murray, Mark Ingram, freaking Chris Olive, Jarvis Landry. They're still loaded, man. They are still, despite not having Alvin Kamara and Michael Thomas, they are still loaded. They still have enough talent to win. Couldn't get it done, man. Kirk Cousins, 273 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Dalvin Cook, 76 rushing yards. Justin Jefferson finally got his head of his ass with 10 catches, 147 yards. Adam Thielen had a good game too. 8 catches, 72 yards. And then at the end there, they went in with a field goal, 28-25. But yeah, man, good win for the Vikings over there in London. I don't know about the Saints have a lot of talent, man. Like I said, Chris Olive, Mike Thomas, Jarvis Landry, Alvin Kamara, Lavamonte Murray, Mark Ingram. They have a shit ton of talent, man, and they just can't get the quarterback right. Jesus Christ, man. Falcons beat the Browns 22-20, and not much in this one. I'm not going to talk about it too much. I think at one point Marcus Mariota, he threw an interception, and freaking the coach, Arthur Smith, got so mad. They ran the ball like 15 times straight. They freaking ran the ball 15 times straight. Arthur Smith was so frustrated with freaking Marcus Mariota, man. But yeah, not much about this game. Let's go to another one. Cowboys beat the Commanders 25-10. Man, what's going to happen over there in Dallas, man, with Dak Prescott? He's getting healthier. There's talks he might be back next week versus the Rams. They're saying definitely he would be back in 2 weeks for the Philadelphia Eagles. Jesus Christ, man. What are they going to do with freaking... what are they going to do in Dallas, the quarterback situation, man? Freaking Cooper Rush tonight, 223 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He seems to have a lot better chemistry with CeeDee Lamb than Dak Prescott. Last week, he had 8 catches for a touchdown. Could have had, honestly, 10 catches. He dropped a few there. This week, 6 catches, 77 yards, 1 touchdown. He just seems to have better chemistry with CeeDee Lamb. Ezekiel Elliott, 49 rushing yards. Like I said, Cooper Rush had 2 touchdowns. I don't know, man. I don't know what you're going to do if you're Dallas next week, man. Carson Wentz, 170 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. You wonder when they're going to sit down Carson Wentz. They have options with Sam Harrell and Tyler Heineke. You wonder when they're going to get a look at somebody else because they're, what are they? They're 1-3. They're probably a few weeks away from probably putting somebody else in there and giving somebody else a look because Carson Wentz, the guy just freaking, I don't know, man. He's just not it. I think they gotta look at other. You already know what you got in Tyler Heineke too, so probably give a look at Sam Howell maybe. I don't know. And this one, Jesus Christ, man, the Seahawks and the freaking Lions, man, 48-45. This was like a freaking Big 12 college football day, man. Texas versus Oklahoma. Jesus Christ, man. Geno Smith, 320 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jesus Christ, man. Richard Penny, 161 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. DK Metcalf led the way, 7 catches, 149 yards. DK Metcalf had to go take a shit in the middle of this game, and he was afraid he wasn't going to make it, so he told the freaking medical staff if they can take him on the freaking cart. So everybody was panicking, thinking DK Metcalf suffered an injury, and it was reported, no, man, he just had to go use the restroom really bad. That was hilarious, man. Tyler Lockett, 6 catches, 91 yards. Man, I don't know what is going on with that. This offense is high-power offense they got in Seattle right now with Geno Smith, man. Jesus Christ, man. Like I said, they're running the football. They ran for 235 yards. They threw it for 320 yards. Man, very interesting what's going on in Seattle, man, under Geno Smith, man. Very interesting, man. They're actually, what are they? They're 2-2. They're playing good football, man. So far, within the first month of the season, the Seattle Seahawks are looking a lot better than people thought. Jared Goff, 278 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. Jamal Williams, 188 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like I said, everybody just... TJ Hickerson, 8 catches, 79 yards, 2 touchdowns. Josh Reynolds, 7 catches, 81 yards, 1 touchdown. I don't know, like Detroit, they might just be good with the quarterback. I think they just got to address the defense. I think this is the second time this year they give up like over like 35 points or some shit like that. But offensively, they have a lot of firepower, man. I don't even think they might not even have to draft a Bryce Young or a CJ Stroud. Jared Goff, man, he, like I said, 378 yards, 4 touchdowns. It's good enough, man. You got a bunch of weapons, man. Jamal Williams, you got DeAndre Swift when he comes back from his injury. And then you got TJ Hickerson, the tight end. You got Josh Reynolds. Yeah, man, I mean, I wouldn't, you still got St. Brown, whatever his name is. He was hurt tonight, but yeah, man, Detroit's got a nice team, especially offensively. You got Hutchinson on the defense. They got to clean up the defense, but I don't know. Detroit might not need a quarterback, man. Very impressive game. Who would have thought, man? Week 5, and you were going to see Jared Goff and Geno Smith have a freaking shootout, man. Everybody would have freaking laughed, man. That shit is crazy, man. Titans, Colts, 24-17. I'm not really into this game too much. Tannehill, 137 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Derrick Henry, 114 yards, 1 touchdown. Derrick Henry starting to get back to his old form. This Derrick Henry. That team's gonna go as Derrick Henry goes, man. They lost all their weapons. Obviously, they got Robert Woods, but I don't know, man. Matt Ryan, 356 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. I don't know what's going on with Jonathan Taylor. 42 yards, 0 touchdowns. I don't get it, man. Offensively, they don't really have any weapons either, other than Michael Pittman. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Jonathan Taylor, man. And they give him 25 carries, and he still couldn't even crack 50 yards. Who knows, man? What's going on over there in Indianapolis, man? They just can't figure it out. Ever since Andrew Luck retired, they can't freaking figure out the quarterback position. Giants beat the Bears 20-12. Jesus Christ. Again, Justin Fields, 174 yards, 0 touchdowns. No Montgomery, so Khalil Herbert played tonight, 77 yards, no touchdowns. They have no freaking weapons. The Bears, I don't know, man. I think the Bears maybe at least fucked. I honestly, dude, I hate to say this, but I think the Bears fucked up with the coach again, man. I think they gotta they gotta do what Philadelphia and Miami did. They gotta get better weapons for Justin Fields. That's the first thing they gotta do. You can't give up on the coaching staff already, right? You just hire them. But if you're the general manager, you gotta go out and get them better weapons, man. Simple as that, man. And let's see how they do. But right now, he doesn't have anybody to throw to. It's just a clusterfuck there. Man, I don't know, man. Like I said, you're gonna have to stay with these coaches, this quarterback, at least for probably at least for one more year. But you gotta go out and spend money, and you gotta put Justin Fields in a position to try to in a better position to try to succeed, man. You got him thrown to these pendejos like freaking Darnell Mooney and what's this other guy's name? Cole Kmet. I'm sorry, I'm not impressed. Daniel Jones got hurt in this game. Before he got hurt, he had 71 yards. And then Tyrod Taylor came in. He had only 11 yards. This game was running, man. Just like the Philadelphia Eagles game, they freaking ran the football. Saquon Barkley ran for 145 yards. He was flat out fantastic, man. Daniel Jones took off for a big run. And he had freaking 68 rushing yards with 2 touchdowns. I think that's why he freaking got hurt, man, because he kept running. Jesus Christ. But yeah, man, they won this game with the running game with Saquon Barkley, and then even like I said, even Daniel Jones a little bit. They're running for 68 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had that big one where I believe it was like a 20-yard run. They were calling him Vanilla Vic. It was hilarious. And the Bears, man, they were known for their defense, right? They hired defensive-minded coach Matt Luberflutz. Come on, man. Gave up 262 rushing yards. That's not Bears defense. Come on, man. The Bears are just lost, man. Jesus Christ. Jets Steelers, 24-20. Jets win the damn game. Freaking Zach Wilson makes his 2022 debut. 252 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Bryce Hall, 66 yards, 1 touchdown. What happened was Michelle Trubisky got benched in this game, man. And they put in Kenny Pickett. He played good, man. 10 for 13, 120 yards. But he did have a lot of interceptions, man. I think his first pass was a freaking interception. I guess... I don't know. The kid was probably not prepared to play in this game, man. I think the coach said after the game, they put him in because he wanted to lift some, like give the team some energy. Mitchell Trubisky was not playing good. But I thought, yeah, I mean, honestly, he didn't even play good. I mean, the first pass was an interception. I believe the last pass was also an interception. Let's give him some time to to like get a full week to get prepared for the game. And let's see how he does, man. Najee Harris, 74 yards. You got a lot of freaking receivers, right? George Pickens, Dante Johnson, what's his name? Chase Claypool. You have weapons, man. They just gotta give I think they gotta get a full week with Kenny Pickett of preparing him for the game, both mentally and physically, man. Honestly, man. But let's see what happens, man, next week. Let's see here. Chargers, Texans, 34-24. The fuck is happening? Freaking 34-24. I think Justin Herbert probably felt better now that it's been almost 2-3 weeks since his rib injury. He had 140 yards today, 2 touchdowns. He looked a lot better, man. Akers, 60 yards, 2 touchdowns. Mike Williams, the way 7 catch, 120 yards. I look just more healthier Justin Herbert tonight, man. David Mills, 246 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. No, the running game wasn't that bad either with Damian Pierce, 131 yards, 1 touchdown. Brandon Cook, 7 catches, 57 yards, 1 touchdown. The problem is that every time I look at David Mills, man, he throws interceptions, man. You can't be throwing out every game. He throws 2 to 3 interceptions. You can't be fucking throwing interceptions and expect to be an NFL franchise quarterback, man. He's got to cut that up. But they play in close games, man. I think almost every game they've been in, they're in it, and then they just lose it at the end. They're 0-3-1. Pendejo face. They tied the first week with Indianapolis. But the David Mills got to cut up on the Mills got to cut up on the freaking interceptions, man. Honestly, man, Jesus Christ. 26-16. Arizona beats Carolina. I thought Carolina was gonna win this game, but Arizona won it. Kyler Murray had 207 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. He also had 26 rushing yards and a touchdown. James Conner led the way with 55 rushing yards. Marquise Brown and Zach Ertz led the way with 6 catches apiece and a touchdown apiece. Let's see here. Baker Mayfield, 197 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Christian McCaffrey, 27 rushing yards, 0 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey, I don't think was healthy for this game, honestly, man. But he did have 9 catches, touchdown. DJ Moore, 6 catches, 50 yards. Robbie Anderson. I don't think Robbie Anderson and freaking Baker Mayfield like each other, man. Jesus Christ. And then the coach said during the week too that he felt that Robbie Anderson needed to do a better job of getting open. So I think Robbie Anderson's kind of mentally checked out between not liking the coach and the freaking quarterback. I don't think Robbie Anderson wants to be there. Jesus Christ, man. But yeah, man, I don't know what the hell they're doing with Christian McCaffrey. It seems like they're using him more as a freaking, at times, more as a wide receiver than a running back. Who knows what the hell they're doing. Baker Mayfield doesn't even hit the 200 yards as a thrower. 2 interceptions. I don't know, man. Do you go to Sam Darnold? What do you do if you're Carolina? I don't know what the hell you do. But they're now 1-3, and it's not looking good for them, man. It is not looking good. But one thing is their division is not so. The Falcons, the Saints, and the Buccaneers. Even the Buccaneers are 2-2, so that's a good thing. But they don't have to make a switch at the quarterback. I don't know what better options you have, but Baker Mayfield might have to take a seat. Packers and Patriots, man, 27-24. Jesus Christ, man. Mac Jones couldn't play in this game. He had an ankle injury, so they put in Brian Hoyer, but he gets hurt. He freaking gets a concussion. They got to go with freaking third stringer Bailey Zapita, who was fucking he got I think he played at the University of freaking Christian Barcelona, And then he played his last year, I think, in Western Kentucky. I think he went undrafted, but he didn't play that bad. I thought at the end there, they could have had him throw the ball a little bit more. In the overtime, they had that, like, the ball at midfield, and they just didn't want to. They didn't trust that, man, and they ran the ball with Damian Harris, and they had to punt it back, man. I would have let the kid make a play, man. He was 10 for 15, 99 yards, 1 touchdown. He did fumble once, but at least he didn't throw an interception. I would have given the kid a chance in that overtime when you had the football at midfield to throw the ball downfield a little bit. They didn't, and I think that cost them. But it's a bad situation over there because they don't really have a lot of weapons, man. Devontae Parker, really, I think he's washed up. You have Nelson Alligar, come on. Kendrick Bourne, like these are all like third options, maybe even fourth options on a lot of teams. Hunter Henry, the tight end. I don't know, man. The running game was good. Damian Harris, 86 yards. Richard Motter, Stevenson, 66. But the Packers, man. I don't know what the Packers is, man. The Packers barely beat the Buccaneers without Mike Evans, Julio Jones, and Chris Godwin last week, and now they barely beat the Patriots with the third stringer. I don't know about the Packers, man. I don't think they're that good this year, man. I think Aaron Rodgers only had like 45 yards at halftime. He finished with 251 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had an interception. But I don't know, man. I don't know about this Packers team, man. They are struggling beating some shitty-ass teams. So imagine if they got to play like the fucking Chiefs. They might get their ass kicked like 50-0. The way the Packers have been looking, man. Aaron Jones, 110 yards. A.J. Dillon, 73 yards. Alan Lazard led the way with 6 catches, 116 yards. But yeah, man, Packers are concerning, man. They beat Tom Brady without no weapons until only by 2 points, 14-12, and then they had to go to overtime and kick a field goal to beat a third stringer. I don't know about the Packers, man. They're 3-1, but it's a very weak 3-1, man. Raiders beat the frickin' Broncos 32-23. Russell Wilson, people were saying, Geno Smith has a better start to the season so far than Russell Wilson. 237 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. At least he ran for 29 yards, a touchdown. But I don't know, man. These fucking Jerry Jeudy led the way. Cortland Sutton led the way. 5 catches, 1 touchdown. Jerry Jeudy 4 touchdowns, 1 a touchdown as well for Jerry Jeudy. Melvin Gordon fucking fumble. It fell right on the fucking Raiders defensive back and ran it all the way back. Jesus Christ, man. Melvin Gordon stinks, man. Pendejo face for it. The fucking ball landed right on the fucking defensive backhands for they returned it, man. I don't know why they just stick with freaking Javonte Williams as the fucking running back, man. Honestly, man. I don't freaking get it, man. I honestly don't. Even the other kid they put in, what's his name? Mike Boone. Seriously, man, just give they gotta feed Javonte Williams more, man. Simple as that. But yeah, man, they're trying to figure out their offense, man, with Nathaniel Hackett and Russell Wilson, man. Derek Carr, he was okay, I guess. 188 yards, 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Just like the Giants and the Eagles, it was a big running game for them. They ran for 212 yards with Josh Jacobs leading the way with 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. He was fantastic tonight, Josh Jacobs. Davante Adams had a good game, 9 catches, 101 yards. About fucking time he got the ball, right? And even Hunter Renfrow didn't play in this game. And freaking, you got freaking, what's his face? Derek Carr still forcing the ball to fucking Hollins. Like, Mac Hollins. Like, he kept forcing the ball. I'm like, dude, just throw it to Devontae Smith, man. Jesus, Devontae Adams. Just throw it to fucking Devontae Adams. There was a play in the red zone, and they had freaking Devontae Adams set like a freaking pick, so freaking Mac Hollins can go up and get a fucking touchdown. Obviously, the fucking pass wasn't completed, but I'm like, way too much Mac Hollins, man. Just give it to fucking Devontae Adams, man. Jesus Christ. But yeah, man, huge running game for Josh Jacobs, 144 yards, 2 touchdowns. Derek Carr was, I thought the Raiders and the Giants really got saved today by the running backs, man. Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs. I don't think they win those games if Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs don't play the way they did today for the Giants and the Raiders, man. Same thing with the Eagles, you can say now, right? Now the Eagles, you know, the fucking quarterback Lawrence for the Jacksonville really hopped up with 5 turnovers. But Hurts didn't play that good either. If Miles Sanders didn't run for all those runs, maybe they don't play that good either. Maybe they don't win either. And then the final game, 41-31. Jesus Christ, man. What the hell happened to this Buccaneers defense, man? They were playing so good. And today they got their ass whooped by the Patrick Mahomes, man. 249 yards, 3 touchdowns. He did have an interception, but it was kind of in garbage time. Freaking, they finally seem to have a running game going, right? With fucking Isaiah Pacheco running for 63 yards. And then Clyde Edwards-Helaire for 92 yards and a touchdown. Overall, they ran for 189 yards. They seem to finally possibly have a balance between their passing game and their throwing game, man. Jesus Christ, man. Trevor Kelsey, 9 catches, 92 yards, 1 touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 5 catches. But I thought what kind of really opened things up for them today was the freaking running game with Isaiah Pasquale and Pacheco and Clyde Edwards-Helaire, man. This was probably the best running game I've seen probably since the Kareem Hunt days. Very impressed with their freaking running game. Freaking the red zone, freaking underhanding it, flipping it to the wide receivers. At one point, they freaking put the freaking tight end under center, and he fucking scores. I don't even fucking think the Buccaneers defense realized what was going on there. Patrick Mahomes was kind of distracting them with single calling. I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck happened to this Buccaneers defense, man. Freaking Tom Brady, man. And look, they have no running game. Only ran the ball 6 times. No freaking running game. They were very one-dimensional. Tom Brady had to throw the ball 52 times. 385 yards, 3 touchdowns. Mike Evans, 8 catches, 103 yards, 2 touchdowns. Chris Godwin, 7 catches, 59 yards. Leonard Fournette, Leonard Fournette, same thing as Christian McCaffrey. He seemed to play better as a wide receiver than as a running back. 7 catches, 57 yards, 1 touchdown. I don't know, man. This was crazy, man. The running game was terrible tonight for the freaking Buccaneers, man. No fucking running game. Tom Brady took him a while to get going, but once he got going, it was kind of too late, man. It was kind of too late. The freaking first play, they fucking fumble, and right away on the first play, Mahomes gets the ball and scores a touchdown. They punched them in the mouth right away, and they just couldn't answer. Tom Brady literally was playing catch up the whole game. Had no freaking running game. I don't know, man. The Chiefs just were more focused. I thought both teams had motivations, right? The Chiefs trying to get payback from last year's Super Bowl or 2 years ago Super Bowl. And then I thought the Buccaneers were going to want to play hard for their fans, right? Had to go through that hurricane in Florida. But I guess the Chiefs were more motivated, man. I don't know if, too, with the opening kickoff being fumbled by Tampa Bay and right away the Chiefs scoring the touchdown, the momentum just completely swung by the Chiefs. And the Chiefs never gave it back. I don't know, man. But yeah, man, I couldn't believe, man. Fucking 41 points scored by the fucking Kansas City Chiefs. Where prior to that, this freaking Bucks defense had given up, let's see here, week 1, 3 points to Cowboys. Week 2, 10 points to the Saints. And last week, 14 points to the... So this was the first time they gave up. Prior to this game, they've only given up 14 points at max to the Packers. Before that, only 3 to the Cowboys and 10 to the Saints. And that's just... And look, possibly, maybe those teams are not that good. The Cowboys pressed up to like shit in that game. And then the Saints don't have a quarterback. Jameis Winston sucks. And then the Packers don't seem to have wide receivers. So having to really play a juggernaut now with a good receiver in Travis Kelce, Juju Smith-Schuster, a good running back in Travis Clyde Edwards-Helaire. They've obviously a good quarterback in Patrick Mahomes. They got exposed. I don't know, man, but after only giving up 10, 3, and 14 points, they got the shit being out of them giving up 41 tonight. But that's it, right? Let me see if there's any NFL news. Is there any NFL news? Let's see here. The tight end Cameron Brink from the Buccaneers had a concussion. He got ruled out. Javonte Williams, he had a freaking leg injury. He had to leave the game. Same thing with defensive lineman Randy Gregory. He has a leg injury. Both scheduled to get MRIs tomorrow. That's not a good time for the Buccaneers. Julio Jones, no, he played. Chris Godwin got hurt, but I don't know what happened to Chris Godwin. Let's see here. Let's see here. Johan Dotson, wide receiver from the Commanders, left the game with a hamstring injury. Daniel Jones left the game with a high ankle sprain for the Giants. Isaiah McKenzie left the game for the Bills with a concussion. And then freaking Shaquille Leonard, a.k.a. Darius Leonard, finally made his debut this week. He suffered a concussion. He had to leave the game, too, versus Titans. Let's see here. Viking safety Luis Chen, he suffered a very bad leg injury. He couldn't even fight back. He had to get his fucking surgery done over there in freaking England. Jesus Christ, man. Thoughts and prayers with Luis Chen, man. Hopefully he's okay, man. J.J. Watt, man, he said he had an irregular heartbeat earlier this week, and they had to put him back in and back into rhythm, but he did end up playing the game. That's crazy, man. He sent a tweet. I was just told somebody leaked some personal information about me, and it's going to be reported on today. I went into a fave on Wednesday, had my heart shot back into rhythm on Thursday, and I'm playing today. That is some crazy shit, man. Literally, 4 days after that, he plays? That is crazy, man. Jesus Christ, man. Tui Tagovailoa is going to get an interview with the investigation the NFL Player Association is doing with the concussion. So they try to investigate what the hell happened. And I think that's about it. They're saying Miles Garrett might be out multiple weeks with the freaking shoulder injury he suffered in the car accident. Jesus Christ. Pendejo face for Miles Garrett, man. Pendejo face. But anyway, that's about it for the NFL. Let's move on to the National Basketball Association. Tyler Hero got paid, man. He got paid, man. 4 years, $130 million. Congratulations to Tyler Hero, man. He got fucking paid by the Miami Heat. Congratulations, man. The Houston Rockets signed some fucking center named Bruno Fernando to a 4-year deal, $10 million. I'm going to guess he's like a Spain player. I don't know who the hell that is. But yeah, man, that was good for Tyler Hero, man, getting his money. Maybe now they'll finally let him be a starter. We'll see, man. We'll see if they finally let him be a starter, man. All right, that's the big news for NBA. Let's go to the baseball. The Braves swept the fucking Mets. I can't believe it, man. Jesus Christ, man. Pendejo face for the Mets, man. They freaking got swept. That was embarrassing, man. Huge statement win by the Mets there, man. I think now that the Braves only have to win one more game and they win the division, man. Pendejo face, man. Let's look at the scores. White Sox beat the Padres 2-1. Tigers beat the Twins 5-2. Orioles beat the Yankees 3-1. Phillies beat the Nationals 8-1. Blue Jays beat the Red Sox 6-3. Guardians beat the Royals 7-5. Marlins beat the Brewers 4-3. Brewers gotta win, man. Come on, Brewers, if you want to get that final spot. Astros beat the Rays 3-1. Pirates beat the Cardinals 7-5. Cubs beat the Reds 8-1. Giants beat the Diamondbacks 4-3. Angels beat the Rangers 8-3. Rockies beat the Dodgers 4-1. Athletics beat the Mariners 10-3. And Braves, like I said, sweep the fucking Mets 5-3, man. I believe Dansby Swanson ended up having a home run and all freaking in every game in this series, man. Jesus Christ, man. And the Matt Olson thing. Both fucking Matt Olson and Dansby Swanson homered in all 3 games. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Jesus Christ, man. That shit is crazy, man. They came through, man. Matt Olson showing he was worth that trade from the Oakland Athletics, man. Yankees won their division. Guardians won their division. Astros won their division. Cardinals won their division. Dodgers won their division. The Braves are up by 2 games on the Mets. I think if the Braves win tomorrow, they're done. It's over. There's only 3 games left, and they're up by 2. So they just need to win one more game, and they're in. Simple as that, man. So it looks like right now the Braves have a really good chance to win the fucking division, man. The wild card, Blue Jays, Mariners, Rays, and then Mets, Padres. The Padres officially clinched the wild card. And then I think the Phillies are going to do it, man. The fucking Brewers, pendejo face, man. They lost again today. I think Phillies are going to get the final spot. But we'll see what the hell happens there. But yeah, man, 3 more days of baseball, man. It's almost over, man. 3 more fucking days of baseball, man. It's almost freaking over. Let's go to wrestling. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So, the freaking, back in the day, about 10 years ago, I think they had a group called the League of Nations. It was Rusev, Alberto Del Rio, Sheamus, and who else was it? I don't even who fucking remember. Was it Wade Barrett? But the thing was that Alberto Del Rio said on a interview that he said we were gonna have a match in a pay-per-view versus the New Day, and I'm not gonna say names, but 2 of our guys ended up almost getting into a fucking fist fight backstage. So he didn't give too much details on who it was exactly, but I guess they must have had a disagreement, maybe with something they wanted to do in the match. But he said that somebody put somebody up against the wall and they were choking them. Who knows? He didn't give any names, so that's pretty crazy, man. Let's see, man. They're saying Tyler Breeze is gonna make an appearance on Xavier Woods' Up Down channel, and it could maybe be a sign that he can go back to WWE. I don't know if I want to see Tyler Breeze back in WWE, honestly, but whatever. They're saying that the WWE they contacted Swerve Strickland and FTR about going back to WWE. But Swerve Strickland didn't even answer the phone. He told his lawyer to handle it, and then they also said they were only looking for Swerve, but they were not looking for Keith Lee, his tag team partner. So what they want to do is they only want Swerve because they want him to go back with Hit Row. I don't think Keith Lee. I think Triple H does like him, but I think just like everybody, I think everybody's worried about Keith Lee. He's such a fucking fat ass, man. He's gonna have a heart attack during the fucking match. Drew McIntyre reported. I think I reported this last week. He was sent home over the weekend last week for having diarrhea. And that's why they're saying that he had last week. I'm going to last week when he had he had that little segment with Scarlett and Karrion Kross, and when Scarlett threw him the fireball, and he didn't really do a good job of acting. They're saying that maybe it was because of that. Maybe he wasn't all the way there because he was sick. They don't know. But I guess he was sent home, and I guess he was better this week. He had that match, that 6-man tag team match this week on SmackDown. But yeah, I don't know, man. Let's see. Mustafa Ali, I think same shit. I think I reported this. I think he's throwing a hand that the reason WWE doesn't push him is because they're being racist because he's Middle Eastern. I have no idea what's up with Mustafa Ali. Personally, I think it's because he doesn't have the personality. But whatever, man. Juice Robinson, who had his match versus John Moxley this week, did announce he's no longer with New Japan, so he's a free agent. So we'll see if AEW signs him after that match here with John Moxley this week. Bobby Fish, they said he was trying to, like I think I reported this too, he was trying to get Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly to quit or to ask for the release from AEW to join him back in WWE because he knew that Triple H or WWE was not going to be interested in just getting Bobby Fish back without Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly. He's denied the reports, and he said obviously he's very happy at TNA Impact. You know, whatever. The Big E, man, he's trying to go out, man. He reunited with Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods in a G4 event this weekend. Also, he was at the Iowa-Michigan game on Saturday. I think he even fucking lifted Reggie Bush up in the air, or not in the air, but like over his shoulders. So it looks like Big E's starting to feel better, man. We'll see, man. He's starting to make more public appearances. He doesn't have a neck brace on. We'll see what the future holds for Big E, man. But it was great to see him make some public appearances this weekend with G4 and College Game Day. So we'll see what the future holds for Big E. There was another story, but I can't find it now. It was about CM Punk. I don't think it's nothing too important. I doubt it. I wrote it down, but then I forgot what the hell. Let's see here. No, I should probably call it a night. Alright, whatever, ladies and gentlemen. I'll maybe report on it tomorrow if I can find it. Until next time, I'm on like a light.